Is the new Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool from the movie Deadpool and Wolverine really worth that premium price tag? Or did Mezco miss the mark? We'll test the soft goods suit, whether it limits those signature Deadpool poses, and how well those magnetic eyes actually work. But the real question, does this beat Marvel Legends Maximum Series Deadpool? I got the figure in hand, so let's find out. Just to warm things up, Mezco versus Hasbro Marvel Legends Deadpool from the Deadpool Legacy Collection. There were minor changes in Deadpool's costume for the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. Mezco using cloth does match how Deadpool looks in the movie. Hasbro was using a armor type of design. On the sides, you can see how seamless Mezco is, hiding the double jointed elbows. The sheath of the katanas of Deadpool for Mezco is widespread, unlike Hasbro's. The holsters for his pistols are entirely different. When you look closely at their belts, you can see a big difference in terms of the logo and the pouches. Mezco brings out the sculpt of the pouches with those dark washes. The calf guards of Mezco is of a different shade of red. Hasbro uses the same color of red. The baby knife sheath is on a different leg. But despite of these differences, it's almost the same Deadpool. Taking a closer look at the new Mezco Deadpool, the head is all plastic. It's exactly the same type of texture with Hasbro Marvel Legends. There is no cloth mask. From the back, you can see there's like this basketball texture and there are some folded sculpted details. Then when you go to the body, it's all different now. You get a mix of plastic leather or pleather and some cloth type of spandex. You can see the shiny ones in black. Those are like plastic type of leather. And these things do hinder articulation a bit. You cannot do a full 360. One thing I noticed is the difference in terms of the knitting. Mezco used red thread knitting the plastic leather black pieces. That's why it's so noticeable. It's okay for you to use it for the spandex red, wherein it will just blend in. But I find it really odd that they use it for the plastic leather because it will just really stand out. The stitching for the back of his waist is noticeable. You can try to hide it with his belt. If we're talking about aesthetics, Mezco could have used a black thread for the black parts of the leather. But I guess when you try to knit the whole cloth, you have to use only one color thread, which is red. I guess Mezco was really movie accurate when it comes to the tightness of Deadpool's costume. You could see how snug everything is. And to bring out the color of his belt and accessories, they added some dark washes. The gun holster is strapped onto his leg and is also attached to the belt. Using cloth to attach it to the belt is a good idea because it won't limit the articulation when he kicks forward. Since Mezco uses some kind of cloth spandex, you cannot see the cuts of his articulation, but he does have a boot cut. But of course, you cannot do a full 360 in most articulation because the clothes would limit it. Just like buying real shirts or clothes, there would be some loose thread showing up, just like this one around his neck. It's quite long. I'll try to remove it after the review. Out of the box, Deadpool comes with a pair of closed fist hands. The hands are similar to Hasbro. They're plastic. They're not cloth type of hands. The next hands are not a pair, one for holding his mug and one with a thumbs up. Nicely sculpted details, especially the gold plates. He only has one pointing hand. Just like the thumbs up hand, it's the right hand. I was really hoping they come in a pair because he can only do this particular pose on one side. Also, out of the elevator from the movie, I have to change the direction of his split because he only comes with this one right finger pointing hand. Movie accurate to the Honda Odyssey fight with Wolverine, he comes with a pair of hands with some blades out. Nicely sculpted blades, painted shiny silver. The next pair of hands that Deadpool comes with is a pair of trigger finger hands. He comes with 4 guns, and these are the hands that you use for them. The next pair of hands he comes with is a pair of weapon holding hands for his katanas. One thing missing for the Maximum Series Deadpool is some open palm hands. Mezco gave this Deadpool open palm hands, but they are more of an expressive pair and another pair of expressive open palm hands too, but just a different position in terms of the fingers. He does not come with a pair of hands that can recreate this pose. Props to Hasbro though, Hasbro gave the Deadpool Legacy Collection a pair of hands that can closely resemble this particular pose. I was really expecting Mezco to include a pair of hands like this, but instead, Mezco included 2 pairs of hands that are almost identical. Since I recently reviewed the Maximum Series Deadpool by Hasbro, let's compare the hands that it came with versus Mezco. Maximum Series Deadpool has a left peace sign hand. Mezco does not have this hand. Maximum Series Deadpool also has a pair of gun gesturing hands. Mezco does not have this. Lining up the 15 hands of Mezco versus the 10 hands of Hasbro Marvel Legends Maximum Series Deadpool. Now you can compare clearly what Mezco does have and does not have. What Mezco does have is Dogpool, or Peggy, which is Britain's ugliest dog. And this dog is not only ugly, it's not articulated, but there are nicely sculpted details. As you can see right now, you can tell that she is a female dog. The nice thing about this is the goggles or eyeglasses. It's foggy and nicely done. In terms of sidekick, do we consider the Maximum Series Deadpool as the winner with Dupe? Because at least Dupe has 2 points of articulation. Dogpool has none in terms of articulation, but Dupe can swivel his arms like that. Let me know in the comments below. This Mezco Deadpool has a lot of accessories. We'll continue in the second part. If you found this review helpful so far, please give it a hype, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends. For places where the figures in this review might still be available, I left some links in the description below.
I'm Tigerknot!
Mezco Deadpool has 4 pairs of magnetic eyes. This is the nice thing about this and is lacking with Hasbro. But something is lacking here. The magnet on his left eye, it detached. So unfortunately, I'll have to glue it on after this review. But let's run over the following eyes. This is the pair of eyes called number 1 because at the back of each eye, there is a number. I don't know how to call them anyway. This is number 2, the more cheeky, happy looking eyes of Deadpool. This is number 3, the more shocked, expressive eyes of Deadpool, his eyes all white and wide open. This is the last pair, number 4, wherein the right eye is slightly wide open while the left eye is somewhat winking. I was really intrigued with the magnetic eyes because now I can give Deadpool different expressions. Let me know in the comments below, is this a good thing? Deadpool slicing away with his first pair of weapons, a pair of katanas. The handles are nicely sculpted with those gold details. The blade has a subtle and nice shine. It's not too shiny. And he has this katana sheaths at the back you can simply plug them in. I don't recommend leaving weapons like this inside the sheet because if the weather changes, like it's hot or cold, the paint might stick to the sheet and the blade will break. Deadpool is fully armed with extra magazines for his guns, so let's take a look. Deadpool does not only come with one baby knife, he actually has another one right here. So you have two baby knives and another baby knife on his calf. That is the only knife sheath, so he'll have to hold the other two. He comes with two pistols and it's movie accurate with a Deadpool logo on the bottom. There are some sculpted details around it as well. It's not the golden eagles which he stole from Nice Pool. This is the pair of guns that he has at the beginning of the movie. Included is a pair of blast effects in yellow translucent plastic. You just simply peg it in the gun. This is the second pair of blast effects. They look identical to the other one, except this one is longer because there is a bullet at the end of the blast. The guns come with a pair of magazines. Remember at the beginning of the battle of Wolverine and Deadpool, Deadpool has to pick up 2 magazines for his guns. The next pair is what I think is called a submachine gun because they're smaller types of machine guns. Nicely detailed, more of a weathering in terms of the silver showing up. There is a hole where you can plug in the accessory. Deadpool's costume can only carry 2 pistols. The holster are designed to carry those and not the submachine guns, so he'll just have to drop the submachine guns when not in use. The second effects can also be used for these guns. What you cannot use are the effects from Marvel Legends because the Marvel Legends gun has bigger holes compared to this one. Also included is a nice stand featuring Deadpool and Wolverine logo. Since this is no ordinary stand, it's a Mezco stand, it gives you 2 options, a simple standing peg or a full flight posing stand. The number of accessories feels maximum, but does he beat Maximum Series Deadpool in terms of articulation? Hasbro has an upper torso swivel and he can crunch forward really well. There is no cloth that would hinder him from crunching forward and back. You can see all the swivel parts. Unlike Mezco, because of the cloth goods, it's restrictive. You cannot do a maximum usage of all the articulation this Deadpool has. He is fully articulated. It's just really hard for you to swivel the parts because of his restrictive clothing. He can crunch backward that far really well, just like Maximum Series Deadpool. Even if you crunch him fully forward, eventually because of the cloth goods, he will start to move back up. Mezco Deadpool cannot copy the pose of Maximum Series Deadpool right there. Hasbro really did a good job. Mezco using the cloth spandex add realism because that's how it looks like in the movies. It looks real, but the articulation does suffer a lot. The Deadpool and Wolverine 112 Collective Deadpool Deluxe Edition stands 16 centimeters or 6.3 inches tall. The actor Ryan Reynolds actually stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, making this figure just spot on for the 112 scale. Measuring Dogpool from the top of her head, it's 4 centimeters or 1.6 inch tall. For a Mezco vs Hasbro Marvel Legends from the Deadpool Legacy Collection, Deadpool, and from the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman in his yellow heroic tiger stripe costume. Mezco vs Hasbro Marvel Legends comic book versions of Deadpool from the Sasquatch Field of Figure Wave and the recently reviewed Maximum Series Deadpool and Maximum Series Dupe. in gray without a sidekick, Uncanny X-Force Deadpool, Lady Deadpool with her sidekick, Headpool, dressed properly in white is Deadpool and Hit Monkey with Big Pool. From the Deadpool Legacy Collection, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman in his white tank top, and Colossus. From the Fox 20th Anniversary Wave, Wolverine in his lumber jacket, Professor X, Sir Patrick Stewart, and Sir Ian McKellen, Magneto. MCU Worthy Cap, and Bully Maguire. Rob Liefeld's X-Force, Domino, and Cable, and other versions of his best friend, Cable from X-Men 97, and Cable from the game Marvel vs. Capcom. Other Marvel vs. Capcom inspired Gamerverse figures, which I reviewed in the channel recently, Silver Samurai vs. Wolverine, Psylocke vs. Thanos. Just to give you an idea how he looks besides a Hasbro Marvel Legends Spider-Man, the slightly shorter Spider-Man from the Secret Wars, and the Maximum Series Spider-Man. Reviewed first in the channel, the power couple of X-Men 97, Jean Grey and Cyclops. Also from X-Men 97, Wolverine and Rogue. I recently found out that X-23 is the all-new Sabretooth. So here we have from Uncanny X-Force, X-23, and Sabretooth from the 50th anniversary of Wolverine 2-pack. Mabuhay ang likhang Pinoy, Loose Collector, Burning Hammer, Master Wee Lee, Darna, Philippines version of Wonder Woman by Halimaw Sculptures and Loose Collector, Anak ni Janice, Tiyanak, or the glow-in-the-dark imps from the Crypt. Japanese brand, 1/12 scale, Medicom Toy Mafex, Phoenix, Cyclops, Daredevil, and Wolverine. From 3, I now have 4 Mezco 1/12 collective figures, Old Man Logan, PX exclusive Cyclops, Bishop. 6-inch scale versus 7-inch scale size comparison, Hasbro Marvel Legends Apocalypse, and the Marvel Select Apocalypse, which is currently the largest Apocalypse I have. Then Hasbro announced in New York Comic Con 2025 they're creating a 12-inch Apocalypse. Now that's a massive Apocalypse. 6-inch scale Hasbro Marvel Legends Maximum Series Hulk, and the 7-inch scale Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select Immortal Hulk or the Rampaging Hulk. For packaging, the box is a masterpiece. I like the art of Deadpool and Wolverine front, and on the side some of those cartoonish type of art that Deadpool does, and on the other side another cartoonish art. Deadpool with a Logan tattoo and Dogpool beside him. At the back is action figure photography and what is included inside the box. So let's check it out whether there is something missing inside the box. Unboxing the Mezco 1/12 Deadpool from the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. He's fully covered, so there are actually 3 plastic trays included. The first tray has Deadpool, Dogpool, the magnetic eyes, and the alternate hands. The second tray contains the blast effects, the katanas, the mug, the firepower of Deadpool, and the baby knives. The final tray contains the Mezco 1/12 Deadpool and Wolverine stand. For articulation, his head can move from side to side easily, can look up really well, can look down really good. He has neck articulation, he can tilt his head from side to side. He has a swivel right here. It's just hard to really move his arms because of his costume. He cannot do a full 360, but you can swing it from side to side. There is a hidden bicep swivel right there, but it's really difficult to move. He has double jointed elbows. You have to do it slowly, else it will just be a single jointed movement. So that's double jointed elbows. And of course, since this is Mezco, it's similar to Mafex in terms of the wrist. You can position his hand to hinge forward and back. And you can also swing the ball so that it can hinge up and down. He has a upper torso swivel. You just really can't do a 360 there. He can crunch forward. I'm not sure whether he has an ab crunch. It's hard to find out because of his costume. He can crunch a little bit forward. Really good backwards. That's how much he can do it. I'm just being really careful because I don't want to break the figure. He can do a split really well. Like good split. You can see right there. He has an upper thigh swivel. He can kick forward that much. And he has double jointed knees. You just have to do it slowly so you can get a double joint. It's not in the middle, but it's alright. He has a boot cut. He cannot do a 360 there, impossible. Feet can hinge forward and back, and he has an ankle rocker. Per Big Bad Toy Store, this is around $100 US. The Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool from the Deadpool and Wolverine feels premium, starting with the box art. Then you open the box and see all of the accessories, the magnetic eyes, the material, the crazy accessories loadout, all sell the high-end vibe. But it's not perfect. There are still a few missing touches which I pointed out in the review. It's almost the ultimate Deadpool, but not there. When it comes to articulation though, this is where things get really interesting. As you saw, Mezco go head to head with Marvel Legends Maximum Series Deadpool, and the results was a little bit lopsided. If you want soft goods and display presence, Mezco is your go-to. Of course, if you're a big Deadpool fan, I don't have to encourage you or discourage you. You probably have this already in pre-order. Based on this review, I hope I encourage you to check out my playlist of the figures I reviewed in this channel. Click the link on the top right corner of your screen. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this review useful. Please hype, like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. I'll see you in the next one.